Welcome to Fantasy Wizard. Uefa Champions League Matchday 2 is going to start today. So I'm here to give you some tips, some advices about Matchday 2 and make my final team selection for fantasy football. Okay, before I start any team selection, please subscribe my channel and like this video because it's very important for me while it represents only single click for you. Okay, before I start any advices and talking about chip strategy, I want to take mention and tell you that I got 96 points in the first match day in the UCL Fantasy football, and it was so good for me, I think, because there are many possibilities because matches are much bigger than it was in the past. But today the 96 points for match day one is very good result. Maybe approximately half of my points is going on Hurricane because he took 42 points as a captain, and I advised to use that player. And it was very good performance from Florian Wirtz for me, Julian Timber, and I was not expecting too much for him. Gyökeres, who did very well, and Lamine Yamal, and others were simple players who took 2 or 3 points for me. I got a little issues, and I could take many points, much bigger result, because my problems was like this. I have 15 players, just like you, in the squad, and 3 players out of 15 were not in a starting lineup on match day one. Okay, Anton did not play in Borussia Dortmund because against Brugge, and it was so surprise for me because Anton performs every match in Bundesliga, but in the Champions League I think this is some rotation, and I don't get it because this player performs well in Bundesliga, but in the Champions League is that such kind of rotation in Borussia Dortmund. And also Robertson did not perform, and you can see he has 0 points because he did not perform in a match against AC Milan, and it was too much surprise for me. While Luis Diaz also was absent, and he was substituted during second half because he's in a good shape, and I was thinking he would grab many points, but he did not, and he took only 1 point. And for example, match against AC Monaco for Barcelona, Barcelona did huge mistake in defense. Eric Garcia was sent off, and they played approximately 60 minutes as a 10 man. And meanwhile, Yamal scored a goal. He took 88 points, while Lewandowski only took 2, and Kunde only took 1 point. 1 point. And I had 3 players from Barcelona, and they left 10 men during 16 minutes approximately, and maybe these results under those problems and circumstances are very good result, and I'm going to make bigger, I think, in match day 2. Okay, start. Let's start discussing about match day 2. We have some issues already because we have Hurricane. There is possibility he will absent match against Aston Villa, and also Robertson is doubtful against Bologna, and maybe he will be out in tomorrow's game at Anfield. Uh, okay, I will start talking which is hot topic right now because it's about Hurricane and it's about Erling Haaland. Some players of fantasy football have acquired both in match day one, and they have both right now, Hurricane and Erling Haaland. And some of them are thinking to replace Haaland for Kane, or opposite, Kane for Haaland. For example, one of them is me, who is thinking about replacing Hurricane instead of Erling Haaland instead of Hurricane. Those players are doubtful to play these matches. One of them against Slovan Bratislava and one of them against Aston Villa, and the players have their view on those two, but there are some forwards which we might take in a point, because there are players just like Serge Girassi from Borussia Dortmund and Undav from Stuttgart. I think both of them have guaranteed to starting in the match. One of them, Undav is playing against Sparta Praga, and the match it will not be tough, I think, for Stuttgart, because Stuttgart is playing very good football, and so this team is very good. Also, Undav did rest against Wolfsburg, but he came and scored the goal. This player is very good, and I think this player will perform well. He always scores a goal or makes an assist, and it's very important for us to grab big amount of fantasy points. And I think when everyone talking about Harry Kane, Kylian Mbappe, and Erling Haaland, we got two players just like this who are cheaper than those three players, and also maybe they will be effective and efficient than Harry Kane and Erling Haaland. Those three players, Kylian Mbappe, will fly with Real Madrid squad, and he will be on the bench, and I think he will take some minutes if Real Madrid needs it. But Harry Kane will be so necessary for Bayern against Aston Villa, because at Villa Park it's not easy to play. It's England. Harry Kane knows it very well, but it's Unai Emery, and we don't know how he performs against Bayern. And I think Harry Kane will be necessary for Bayern. But what about Erling Haaland, who took injury? He was bleeding from his leg against Newcastle, and there is probabilities that Haaland performs this match. But I think, and I have some prediction that if City scores even one goal against Slovan Bratislava in the first half, Erling Haaland will be substitute after this, and from second half it will be new player instead of Erling Haaland. And I think Pep Guardiola must not risk to play Erling, because intensity is so high, and there is new match in every three days, and our Premier League is so tougher. And I think without backup in the squad, I think Erling Haaland must be saved, and maybe he will be waste of our money. But there is some probabilities that Erling Haaland scores even brace, even hat trick against Slovan Bratislava, and he shows me that I'm wrong right now. But I don't want to risk, and I have decided that I will not pick Erling Haaland, even though he is playing against Slovan Bratislava. But the next question about Harry Kane is very vital. I think Harry Kane. I'm okay with Lewandowski and Gyökeres. I think I will not cost my two transfers to sell those players and buy someone instead of him. But I'm thinking about Harry Kane, and I have my options just like Undav and Girassi from Stuttgart and Borussia Dortmund instead of Harry Kane. If it's possible that Harry Kane is doubtful and will miss match against Bayern. But I think today, maybe 1 hour before deadline, I think it will be we will have much information about it, and maybe we will have some rumors about starting lineup, for example, for City or for Bayern. But my eyes are on Serge Girassi and Undav, and maybe if I sell this player, I will perform with Girassi, because sorry, both of them have very good fixtures in front of him. For example, Serge Girassi, he performs against Celtic. He scored against Brugge. Okay, tough matches against Real Madrid at Bernabeu, but it's against Sturm Graz at home and Dinamo Zagreb, who conceded 9 goals against Bayern, and maybe then Barcelona. and then Bologna and Shakhtar. I think only two matches will be some problem about Serge Guirassy, and if not in injury case, I think this player will be so key for us and maybe differential because only 2% have selected this player. But what about Undav? Undav, if we take that player, he has good match against Sparta Praha today, but very tough match I think against Juventus because Juventus does not concede many goals. Very tough match against Atalanta because intensity of Atalanta play is very good, and Gasperini, I like him very much. But what about those three matches against Crvena Zvezda, Young Boys, and Slavan Bratislava? Maybe this player is key for me. One of the good, but I acquire him from the fifth round of the Champions League because three matches in a row is very good for him, and I think he will be useful for it later. But keep your eye on the player today. Okay, my I have no problem in the midfield, as you see, and also I have no right to select any player instead of my players because I have issues in forward and in defense, so I have only two free transfers, and maybe one of them will be used because Harry Kane will be replaced by Serge Guirassy. But in midfield, I'm not going to change anything because I have Lamine Yamal and angry Barcelona who must beat Young Boys, and there is vital match for them because next match is against Bayern Munich, and if they lose points today, it will be so hard to qualify from them even because even so they have good calendar and good fixtures. I guess lost match against Monaco, lost points against Young Boys will be so dangerous for them. Maybe top 8 spot will not be guaranteed for them after this. But I think Barcelona will be so angry because they lost match against Osasuna in this weekend, and I think angry Barcelona, angry Hansi Flick will be so danger, and they score many goals, maybe 3 or 4 goals against Young Boys, and I think to have Lamine Yamal and Lewandowski and Kunde will be so useful for us. Wirtz is very good, and he showed us in the first match against Feyenoord, and I think AC Milan is better team than Feyenoord. Maybe they have some quality because they beat Inter Milan. They are in a great shape right now, but I think at home Leverkusen will be Leverkusen and never lose them, maybe you can call it. And Florian Wirtz will be useful for us. I'm not going to change him. Mo Salah and Luis Diaz, well, from Liverpool, I think those players will be so good. Mo Salah is very dangerous in the Champions League. He always performs well, but he did not because he hit twice post of Magmenio. But this time, I think against second Italian team, it will be a very good match for Liverpool and Mo Salah. I predict to score a goal, at least one, against Bologna because Bologna is not good this year. While Luis Diaz will be starter this time at least, and instead of Cody Gakpo, and Luis Diaz performance. This player is very good. Also under Arne Slot. Otar Kiteshvili is the next one, the cheapest player from my midfield, and also he's the core of the Sturm Graz. If you see Austrian league, you can admit that Otar Kiteshvili is the leader of Sturm Graz, and Otar Kiteshvili will be cheap differential for me because he has ability to grab an assist or score a goal. Maybe Sturm Graz is outsider and has not good fixtures, but I think against Brugge at home, maybe he can score a goal or grab at least one assist. So why not? Under 5.5 million, he is very good to purchase. In the defense, I have problems, and my problems are like this. I have no issues about Timber and Kunde this time, but about Anton, Carvajal, and Robertson, there are three question marks for me because yesterday when I saw Champions League lineups, possible lineups, I mean. It was Anton in the starting lineup in Borussia Dortmund, while today it's changed, and it's if we rely on UEFA Champions League website, In the possible lineups, there are Zule and Schlotterbeck for Borussia Dortmund, and it's repeat just like against Brugge, and it's a surprise for me because Anton plays every match in Bundesliga, while he is not going to play second match in a row as a starter for Borussia Dortmund. It's the biggest question mark for me because he's good defender. Maybe he's better than Zule, not Schlotterbeck, but Zule and Schlotterbeck and Anton could play very well. But there is some probability he will not perform. And the next question mark for me is Dani Carvajal, because when I saw the possible starting lineup for Real Madrid against Lille, many of them are saying that Carvajal will rest and Lucas Vazquez will perform instead of him. But there is some question marks, and I will wait deadline. 1 hour before deadline, it will be some rumors, and there will be more information to gain, and maybe Carvajal will play because this match is today, just like Anton. But I can say about Robertson, I think, because Robertson is doubtful, and Robertson maybe will miss second match, and the price is 5.5 million if Robertson misses. And if I see it today in the evening, I will replace him, and I have some options to have. I have options to have Inter Milan player, defensive defender, maybe Pavard, maybe De Vrij, because they are predicted to be in the starting lineup. Maybe why not? I have Bastoni in the starting lineup, or City player, City defender, because matches against Slovan Bratislava, or second Borussia Dortmund player because matches against Celtic. We have many options, or even his teammate Ibu Konate, who scored 2 goals in the season already and is very good in the second level. And I think Robertson, if he changed, or Carvajal or Anton, because 3 million is left for me in the bank, I would pick the quality defender, and this will be some players, maybe Konate, maybe Rudiger, maybe Inter Milan defensive player, maybe City defensive player. So many options, many possibilities. It's matter of money you have in the bank. In my case, I will have it. Uh, in midfield and in goalie, maybe you need some advice, and I will tell you that it will be very useful to pick Phil Foden, and he will be differential for me. I have my eye on Phil Foden. He's very good, and he did not have many play time, much play time this season, but I think he needs to recover his shape, which he led to become the player of the season in the Premier League during last campaign. And I think Phil Foden will be differential for us. And if you pick him against Slovan Bratislava, he will be so good. I have no right to pick that player, but if I have, I'm sure I would pick Phil Foden for you. If you use wildcard or limitless card, please pick this player, because I think he will shine today, because he must show Pep Guardiola he's back in the form, and I think the quality player of Phil Foden has had enough to be on the bench during this season. And in the goalie, if you want to change, if you have Ter Stegen, maybe who is injured, Courtois who is injured, you can acquire Zoma from Inter Milan. You can acquire Ortega, who is possible starter for Manchester City today. But if you need long perspective, you can pick Gregory Kobel from Borussia Dortmund, or even you can pick Alisson if you have enough money for it. And I guess Alisson will not concede many goals against Bologna. I do think Liverpool will have clean sheet, and it will be so good for us. Okay, I have many options in defense. It's 90% confirmed. I will pick Serge Guirassy or Undav for today's game, but my eye on Guirassy. But in midfield, I need to wait. Much rumors about starting lineup. Maybe last hour will be so differential for me. And if I see the rumors, many rumors, which from credibility websites or Twitter, X, I mean, I will pick the players which will be in the starting lineup, and I will replace the player which most likely will not start, and replace the defender with another defender. There is probabilities that Harry Kane performs tomorrow, and Anton and Carvajal misses the match, both of them, and I would have options to replace both defenders. But in this case, I think I will replace Harry Kane and with Girassi or Yundav, and I think one of my free transfers will be lost just like this. But the second one is must be used in defense, because there is no I have no many options, and I must sell one player and replace by another. So just like I have said, I will wait for the last hour. I want to share my opinion about upcoming players, key differential players. You have to acquire the injury cases we already told, and it will be so useful information for you, I think. And I think you have to pick one of the players which I have advised you, because it will lead you to the top. And I'll be so happy if it happens for you like this. Uh, this is my recent squad. The last hour for me will be so differential, just like for you. And for now you can start thinking about my advised players. I'm not going to use wildcard on limitless card on match day 2. If I had many injury cases or something like this, I would push and I would force to use wildcard or limitless card. But just like this, in this case, maybe I can use that situation. I can survive and pick some players which will be key to me. Maybe I'm wrong right now, because Erling Haaland scored many goals, or Harry Kane scores against Aston Villa many goals, but this time it will be risky for me, and I guess I want to pick the players. And the next day, it will be next day, I mean after Wednesday, also when Champions League match day 2 will be over, it will be the video about a review of my match day 2 result. Okay, goodbye. So sorry, I was thinking about something, because I have to pick the captains for Tuesday game. For today, it will be Girassi for me, you know, but or Yamal from Barcelona, or Lewandowski maybe. But if the squad will be like this on second day, I mean Wednesday, it will be Mo Salah for me against Bologna. Options are not many, but maybe quality will be better. Wildcard and limitless card will not be used by me during match day 2, even though I did well in the wildcard video I recorded. You can see it on my channel, and you can take some tips about it. Goodbye, see you later. Please again subscribe my channel and like this video. I hope everything goes very well for you. See you later. Thank you.